Josh have to leave at 6:30.
Oh, okay. Cool beans.
Okay.
Episode 16?
Yes.
Here we go. All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 3, Episode 16.
Enya has been defeated.
Yes, captured. So they have her with them, and they're on their way to Egypt.
Right.
But how are they going to, like, not have her, like, kill someone
slit their
in their
throats
sleep?
in their sleep? Or, like, how can they actually get good information out of her? How do they...
I think they just have to square their shoulders at her, and they're just, you know, like...
No, they just have Polnareff, like, give her a massage or something, and she'll just be like...
Or, like, the minute she, like, twitches, Star Platinum just, like... And she's like, Star Platinum, he's so precise and fast, he'll poke out my eyes before I can even like, think. And then every once in a while she'll like look over at Polnareff, she'll be like, Polnareff.
Or since they know it's a fog, like a mist or whatever, and they're like, okay, well, we're going across very hot, dry areas. If we ever see any kind of fog or mist, we just kill her, you know?
That would be interesting, though, to find out, like, what kind of things they've been able to gain from her thus far, or they're going to gain from her. Because specifically with her, she is a treasure trove of information about the future, particularly with Dio.
Exactly.
But speaking of Dio, we have someone on their way to Dio. The whole horse.
Starscream, or whole horse, yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. What the heck? Whole horse? The whole horse got away.
Yeah, somehow they misplaced it. But like, okay, I'm really excited to see more of Whole Horse because I get the feeling he's going to be that Starscream type character that just always manages to survive.
See, Whole Horse has had 2 exceptional escapes thus far.
Yeah.
He had serpentine formation, serpentine like zigzag runaway, which I was like, oh yes, that's so hilarious.
Wait, no, that's 3 then.
Well, 3 technically because the girl helped him, but I still count. I still count that whole episode as 1 getaway for Whole Horse. But then there's this one where he took their Jeep,
and the whole fact that he was able to use his stand to play dead.
To play dead,
right?
Yes,
to pretend like shoot himself. Yeah. I mean, because she was gonna make him shoot himself, but then just made it go away.
It's pretty cool. All right, guys, this is gonna be crazy awesome. So without further ado, let's get into this.
Don't you mean it's going to be super special awesome?
Hey, super special awesome. Wait, is that exactly the order it goes? Yeah. Super special awesome. Yeah.
Oh god, what the hell's happening? This is fast. Look. These are fast.
Super go.
I got my father, my brother, my sister.
Yeah, exactly. Those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Ghost Stories dub. Best dub ever. Watch it.
What is this?
They acquired a carriage.
Okay.
And their faces of they're just the shadows. They're just like, we don't talk about this. We don't talk about this ever again.
They just do just that, and then they go into
and then straight to the opening. All right, JoJo's. Stardust. So we're trying. We're doing okay.
Yeah.
Sekuram, 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 uhi no munua. Nurayam, 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 hokori no mure. Hana. Break you down, Boboshi hanatsu. Tsumaru shon, stand proud. I ran all out of breath. Lovers Part 1. Oh my. Enya and Polnareff.
No, Enya and Joseph.
Oh no! A kebab stand?
Hey, don't get me excited saying a kebab stand.
Right?
That's making me think all kinds of things.
Oh! Yes! That
Let's
looks
see.
so good. 3D meat.
That's an enemy stand.
Yep.
An amazing enemy stand. It has to be.
5人くれ
5個1000円ね。
1000円
中東方面では日本や西洋などの常識は全く通用しない。というのは値段がすごくいい加減だから。
Right, right.
ここで買い物の仕方を解説しよ
1000円
う。例えばこの場合、わしはふっかけられているのをお見通しだよ。いくらなら買うね。客に決めさせようと探ってくる。
5人で250円にしろ
自分でもこんなに安く言っちゃって悪いなというくらいの値段を言うのだ。すると、おほほほほ言ってたら私の家族全員上地にだもんね。首をかっきる真似をしてくれる真似をしてみよう。Okay, friend. 私が
Okay, friend.
5個700円にするよ。と言って引き止めてくる。
300にしろよ
交渉
Guns haggling!
300 420か勝っただって半額以下まで負けてやったぞ
My
い
gosh.
るといつもは午後で150円だったもんね。バイバイ、サンキューね。わしは
I haven't said anything.
ディオ様のスタンドの秘密を喋るとでも思っていたのか。
Oh. Who? This guy? Oh! Oh! Oh my god!
Powers OP.
Yep. Oh, gross!
ディオ様は決して何者に
Oh,
も心を許してい
dang.
ないということだ。
Oh! Yeah, she's dead.
私の名はダン。スティー
Dan!
リー・ダン。
Steely
これ
Dan.
はラバーズのカードの暗示。
ディオ様がこのわしにこんなことを
Oh.
するはずがない。
ばあさんの体から出ているのはスタンドじゃないぞ。
Oh.
急な目を植えるはず
Oh, then it is a flesh bud. Oh, in
ディオ様
her.
はわしの生きがい。信頼し
Dang. Nice, nice. All right, so they're actually saving her life. Wow. Yep, yep.
この細胞、肉の目が成長したものだ。
Is this guy?
私がエンヤバーの体内で成長
Is
さ
this
せたのだ。
guy
エンヤ
also a
バー
vampire
あ
potentially?
なたはディオ様にスタン
That's
ド
why the shadows are here.
No, no, she does.
言うんだディオという男に期待し信頼を寄せたのだろうがこれで奴があんたの考えている
Yeah, it's too late, right?
You go with your 20 charisma, Joseph, but
わしはディオを倒さねばならん
She can speak. She can speak.
このわしを信頼してくれている。
Oh, she's not giving up on him.
オッケー
No, the shadow eyes. Okay, so he's not a vampire. Okay, sun's on him.
ど
yeah,
こまでも悲しすぎるばあさんだ。
yeah.
It's 4-on-1, buddy.
And you've revealed yourself and
Right.
everything. Now, not a
He's
stand.
very
though.
confident, though.
俺はエンヤバーに対しては妹との因縁もあって複雑な
Right.
気分だが。
こいたふりすんじゃねえてめえがかかってこなくてもやるぜ
どうぞ。
I love when Jotaro's like edgy teen side comes out.
このスティーリー・ダンに指一本触ることは
Oh,
できない。
really? Oh! Oh! Oh!
どうした知的様は
Right, right.
祖父を殺
The
した
energy was also punched into Joseph.
いいか この私がエンヤバーを殺すだけのために探しても私のスタンドはすぐには見えはしないよ。おい小僧。
Go somewhere else.
そのほうきの絵で私の足を
Oh,
殴る。
he's gonna show him. Yep. Watch. Oh.
どうしたジョースターさん。
Yep.
痛い。わけがわからんが激痛が。
And it's
気が
worse.
つかなかったのかジョセフ・ジョースター。
Yeah.
私のスタンドは体内に入っ
Oh, it's actually inside them. Oh, that's why he's the lover. Oh. It was in Enya, that's right. And then it jumped out. So it's a really tiny little
つ
stand.
まりスタンドと本体は一心同体。
Whoa, it's like a nerve.
本体も傷つく。逆もしんなり。
Oh, gross.
を開始する。
Right.
もう一度言う。貴様らはこの私に指一本触れることはできぬ。しかもラバーズはディオ様の肉の目を持って入った。
There's a very easy solution to this as well. Oh, oh crap.
Oh crap, oh
食い破
crap.
られ殺すのに力なんぞいらないのだよ。わかるかね諸君。
Oh,
手のぎしりさえ本物の感覚だ。
Oh.
そして10分も
So he could get all masochistic too on himself
Right.
as well.
well, okay, if he's gonna die in 10 minutes, then he can just kill him in 10 minutes.
こいつに痛み
I'll kill him so fast you don't feel a thing.
Yes, yes, Jotaro.
That is a very Jotaro response. I love it.
あまり舐めた態度取るんじゃねえぜ。
Yeah,
俺
yeah.
はやると言ったらやる男だし。
So he's trying to psych him out into thinking that.
黙るなジョータロー。
If that's the case, couldn't he just hurt himself?
Oh, true.
俺を舐めるな。貴様。
Or
The other thing is range.
ってことだ。
What happens if Joseph leaves the operational range of the stand?
わしの脳の中に奴のス
what
タ
if
ンドがい
Joseph
る。
starts beating the
若
guy
い
up?
頃心臓に毒薬を埋め込まれた
I think it would still have the same effect. Yes, run away.
おいジョータローそいつをジョースターさんに近づけるな。
They come up with a plan.
遠くへ離れる。
Emerald,
おう私のスタンドラバーズは力が弱い分一度
Oh, but
体
the
内に
range
入った
is-
らどのスタンドより遠隔まで操作が可能なのだ。
Crap.
何百キロもな。
Oh,
hundreds of kilometers.
必ず入る。
Once I do my point at you,
that's right.
your life will end at some point in
そう
the
いうつもり
future.
で付きまとうならもっと借りとくとするか。時計は生意気にタグホイヤーだがな。借りとくぜ。
オービットパープル。
Hello.
Oh
Oh no!
自分の脳
僕と君のスタンドがジョースターさんの体内に入って
Whoa.
こいつをやっつける。なんだって
No
エネ
way.
ルギーのイメージ化した姿だ。
Right.
小さくなれるはずなんだ。
Okay.
Okay, alright.
柔らかに頼む。
もっと小さくなれ。
Yeah, really small.
Really small. Okay, awesome.
檻の間に横たわって橋になる。その上を渡るからよ。橋になると言ってるんだ。このパンチやらか。
Ah!
どうしたジョースターさん。
足がビリビリしびれる。
ほらほら早くしろよ。
Oh. He's such a proud character. Like,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
has
he
got to
totally
be
is.
really hard for him. Yep. Yep.
なかなかしっかりした橋になったじゃないか。
いや
ほれほれ
Jeez.
ジョースターさん、血管を泳いで脳幹へ向かいます。ポルナレフ、血管の壁に穴を開けてくれ。おい、ちょっと待て、スタンドなんじゃろ。それぐらいすり抜けていけないのか。もうこの大きさじゃダメです。
Poor Joseph.
スタンドレールって結構疲れるぜ。こいつは相当のスタンドパワーが必要だ。開けるぜ。
This is crazy. Like the fact that this is actually happening. Yep. There it is. Okay, Lovers Part 1.
Yeah. This is where they really just need like they really need like one of them to go to a hospital and just be like, hey, I need some painkillers right now.
You can overdose though. Like, you don't want that many.
That's true. But just if they gave him enough to like numb him, then
you wouldn't want painkillers. You'd want like drugs. Like you'd want to get high, like really high.
So then the stand inside his head is just like, ugh, and just sort of sits down. It's like, oh.
It's just like, it's a bad trip, man.
Yeah.
Bad trip, man.
Bad trip.
Okay, this is a janky stand.
This is a very janky stand.
Okay,
a dangerous one too. At that, boy, because once, all right, but this is I love it as far as a setup for like something that they have to work their way around. I love it. It's super creative.
It's a great kind of tabletop RPG, random encounter, kind of thing.
Where you know that you just like you're like, okay, what did I do to piss you off, GM? Like, why would you do this? You know,
like we've made it so your strength, your speed, and your overall power are useless here.
Yeah, right.
You now have to utilize your dump stats.
NANI? Well, and then of course there'd be like that one person in the party who'd be like, you know, we could just kill him. Like it doesn't really matter that much.
Let's roll the dice and just maybe
see what happens.
Okay.
You know, we don't want him to kill anyone else, right?
I really am surprised that no one's thought of all right, we're holding you in place. Star Platinum, hold him there.
Right.
Everyone go get some pills. We're gonna put this guy to sleep.
Because that doesn't necessarily cause him any pain. It's just he's restrained, right?
I do think though that if he was getting put to sleep, he would panic. He's like, oh no, my only weakness. And he'd be like, if you guys do this, I will just kill him right now. Like, oh, you're getting panicky, are you?
Right. But the thing is, if he has that kind of, this is the issue, is that if he has the control to be able to have it do what he chooses to just kill them on the spot, there is literally no reason why he wouldn't just kill them as soon as he got into their brain.
No, I do think there's a reason why. Because generally there'd be a pattern of people doing this this thing where they make bargaining with him. Basically, he holds leverage over them, and he utilizes the leverage for as long as possible.
Sure.
And then once he's got them into a situation where, say, like now he's one-on-one with Jotaro, he could potentially have see, this is the thing I don't really completely understand.
He could have it kill Joseph and then move into
and
like
then
one
immediately
of the other...
like recall it back to himself.
Or have it move to one of the other people there and Jotaro wouldn't know about it.
Right.
Yeah. And then it comes back once it's killed all three of them, and and he wouldn't know because it's too small to see.
Right.
And then he's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And then suddenly it's in his head, and he's dead too.
Yeah, so, I think there's a lot of strategy reasons why he wouldn't kill them all immediately. Right. And I think the main reasons are having to do with the fact that the stand might have some time that it needs to transfer between hosts, or
he lacks fine-tuned control over it at that distance. Like it has its programming, but that's it.
Yeah. And maybe he puts in commands and conditions based around certain environmental changes and stuff. But we're thinking a little bit too deep into this.
Right, exactly.
The main gist of it is that there's no like grid for we let Joseph die. Joseph is the one with the main motivation here because it's his daughter. He cares deeply about her. I mean, yes, Jotaro does as well, but there's a different love relationship between a father-daughter than there is between a mother's son. So,
well, and it's also the idea that hopefully, you know, as much as they might want to take this guy down, hopefully they care enough about Joseph to not just be like, screw you, we're killing him anyways.
Right.
You know.
The really funny thing would be they have this whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They're basically just like, all right, cool, you guys go rent a car, and I'm just going to hold him here. All right, go. And they just go. Like, they just rent a car.
And they just leave.
He just waits a week, you know, and he's like, all right, now
Except
they're obviously out of range because you said hundreds of kilometers, not thousands.
Right.
So,
Yeah. There was the whole idea, though, that Joseph was going to be dead in 10 minutes because apparently it's planting one of Dio's seeds in there,
you're
too.
right.
And that's really clever that they
is
did
very
that because
clever that they
otherwise
did that. I
they
forgot
could have
about
done
that.
all kinds of different things. But I didn't see it with a seed in there. It seemed to just be like causing mayhem and stuff.
Well,
so
what it could be is that the stand itself holds onto itself some kind of like physical...
brings it with it.
It brings it with it. Kind of like a backpack, you know? Basically, it's just like, and one for you. And grow, my little one, grow. You know?
And and that could be what it's got as basically like it could be setting that up now, or it could be having that be as like a backup of like, hey, if in 10 minutes nothing happens, just plant that.
Sure.
Because, you know, he doesn't want to... He wants them to be on a timetable for having to solve this little issue.
But now that I think about it, the flesh bud... is kind of useless against them because he could just charge his body full of Hamon and the flesh bud would go. So, wait.
Yeah, because
like,
it's a part of Dio's...
It's a part of Dio. And it reacts negatively to Hamon and light and all the things that typical vampire stuff do.
The one way that they could potentially work around that is that since he has Jonathan's body, if it were cells that were a part of Jonathan's body, and if Jonathan's body was not a vampire, but the head was or something,
so
then there could be a way around it.
Some resistance to Hamon.
Yeah,
That's probably what they'll end up doing, is they'll get into a situation... They'll get into a situation where the flesh bud will be released. And they'll be like, oh no, you know? And then Joseph will be like...
passion, come on.
Yeah, oh no, you know? But he'll be like, no, this is all according to Keikaku. And he's overdriver! And then it doesn't work.
Right, well, and also just going in, like, future... If Dio was still a full-on vampire and Hamon worked against him, then they'd be able to defeat him easily, even though they never seem to attack the stand user, but rather just the stand itself.
Because, well, this is a clever ploy on the whole idea of you can't attack the stand user, because the stand user himself is the one that like is kind of the dangerous threat in this case, because he walks around, he's just like, oh no, I tripped and broke my ankle, whatever shall I do? And I love that they have him be the lover's tarot card, because it's like, wait, so what kind of love is this guy into? He's into the masochistic kind of,
gotcha.
Oh, please dominate me, Jotaro. You know?
Well, no, I think he was actually, you know, more into the whole Dom side of things, with being like, make a bridge so I may walk over you, you know.
Sure.
And all that.
Yeah.
Or it could just be
he switches, who knows.
Or it could just be talking about the idea of the abusive relationship type thing.
That's true. I was also going to come up with a really dumb joke of how they could set Joseph free, because, you know, he's the lover's card. And yeah, maybe
Not.
I'm not gonna say it.
Hentai again, haven't you?
They started this episode with tentacles.
Yeah.
What do you think they were trying to like insinuate with the lover's tarot card? You called that out first.
Well, yeah. That was like, okay. Well, also the fact that they said, hey, a kebab stand. And the person at the kebab stand was the stand user.
That's so funny.
But
that's so funny.
But how amazing would that have been if the actual stand was revolving around kebabs? That would be a personal dream of mine. To have a stand that could basically just make kebabs.
In some ways, he's kind of got Joseph on a kebab right now.
Sure.
Like, he's got him pierced, and he's just kind of wiggling, and the meat's like, oh no! You know, I don't know. I just see this image of like the Joe Bros on a kebab stick, and they're just, you know, unable to do anything. And this guy's like, hey, and they're like, oh no, you know. And Jotaro's just like, yada yada does it, you know. Make art of it. It's beautiful. You all know it. All right. The only really big thing to discuss right here is kind of us figuring out what way they're going to do it.
How they're going to win, yeah.
But before we do that, I got to give a shout out to that scene in the beginning that was absolute genius comedy. Talking about the whole situation of haggling and the whole idea of giving offers and counter offers.
That was amazing. That was so good.
I have encountered that a bit, but I had people with me that made sure that I wasn't essentially getting scammed.
Right.
And it was really funny to watch them talk in the native language of the country and watch the people that were behind the counter getting kind of pissed because I wasn't, paying 5-6 times more of the usual.
Like after they haggled and then you paid them the money and they're like...
They're like, sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's why it pays to have friends that live in these areas and stuff, because then you don't get...
and they specifically said, like, don't say a word, right?
Oh, yeah, they were specifically like, don't say anything, just stand there and look cool and just chill. Don't do anything. So I posed and I was like,
You posed? You posed?
No. I was making the joke. Yes,
I know. I get it. Yeah.
But now, how they'll figure this out?
Right.
I think they could use Hamon.
That'd
be very cool.
They'd
get rid of the flesh bud problem, but that way that would remove the time limit basically that they have.
Right. And
they could play with the range bit. I really do think they're going to put him to sleep though. Like they're going to find some way to induce sleep into this guy.
Right. They might not do that, but like that would seem to be the thing that would make the most sense. Or even if they don't do that, just to like if they like gagged him, so he couldn't like bite his tongue or something like that, and then just tied him up. Right? Like what's he gonna do?
The thing that I was just thinking of. We have seen stands go inside people before.
Yes.
With Hierophant Green. Now Hierophant Green is going inside Joseph right now, solving this whole thing, and I think that's really going to be how they'll solve it. They'll go and have a little mini stand.
I get the feeling Hierophant Green, like the whole thing of actually like possessing somebody, same thing with like the art stuff and all that. That was just kicks for style, not actually something we'll ever see again. But
no, I think that whole thing is just something stands can do.
Oh, okay.
That's just a general stand thing. Their energy, their projected energy from the spirit of a human being. So they have no physical limitations.
Sure.
With regards
they could
to
occupy
what
the same space as someone else and then semi-corporealize themselves.
They're inside the user generally. That's where they rest. That's where that's their safe spot.
Right. Yeah.
So my thought was that they could threaten the Steely Dan guy by putting Hierophant Green inside him. And maybe we'd find out that he's lying, that there needed to be some kind of way in which the stand, relays kind of communications or something back to him.
Okay.
Maybe the stand is actually linked somewhere inside him as well.
Sure.
Because maybe the nerves here need to connect with the nerves in there. I think that's not going to be the case.
I don't think
it's
so
a dumb
either.
theory because we already know that stands feel the pain of the stand user.
And this is a really clever way to have a stand that works upon one of the base fundamental rules about stands.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything big to discuss at this one beyond
me neither.
The way that they're going to figure this out.
But
as far as creative stand ideas, it's genius.
Super creative, and there was so much funny stuff that happened in this one. Like
Enya, we could talk about Enya real quick.
Okay, yeah,
Enya's dead.
Enya's dead. Yeah.
Enya's dead. And like the body count in this show is actually racking up pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, okay, yes, but there's also the idea of like how many bodies actually count because of the whole idea of the stand user of the week. Well, right, Abdul, but like
Enya.
But could she be considered? But could they all be considered basically stand users of the week, kind of a thing? Jay Guile, not as much.
Abdul?
Enya, not as much. Abdul, absolutely. He's one of the Joe Bros, and he died. But
my point is that in JoJo's, from what we've seen in the past, they do kill off a lot of characters, but they don't introduce as many characters, so the actual number of characters that die is very small.
Yes,
very small.
Right. Yeah, and
especially because a lot of them end up being monsters, vampires, and stuff that aren't even really
absolutely. I'm just not entirely sure whether I consider enemy stand users to be characters completely, even if they stick around for a couple episodes.
But then it's still in that case. we've lost Avdol.
We have.
And
Yep.
just saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would consider Enya to not be a stand of the week character, and nor would I consider Jay Guile to be. I would consider them both to be Polnareff
sure.
character arc.
Jay Guile, Enya,
villains.
and Whole Horse. Why not?
Whole Horse is still alive.
He's still alive, and I hope it stays that way.
I don't think he's going to be a big character in the future.
Not a big character,
the
but
poor guy's probably going to go back
like,
to Dio
character.
like an idiot and be like, I give you this information because I am loyal to you, Master Dio, Lord Dio, whatever we are calling you these days, Dio-sama.
Yeah,
and they're going to be like, yes, I will gladly go out there and lead your forces because I know, how to beat them. And he's going to be like,
I have important information.
Yes. You are a great stand user because you came back here alive like a coward.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, but Dio-sama, and then he's gonna just split his head open
right.
and die. He's like, oh, you put blood all over my sexy bed. And he's like, yeah, and then he drinks it up like a vampire, because
Sure.
Because Dio.
I hope we get more of Full Horse though, because he's
pretty fun.
He's becoming one of my favorites in part 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing still of him is when he realizes that Jay Guile is actually dead, and he just books it 180, serpentines his way away, and then gets like clotheslined by Jotaro, I think it was, on the way. That was just that was
pretty great.
So other than that, in this episode, we don't really have anything more to discuss.
Not really. Just that it would have been I love the fact that they named the stand user and said, "Oh, a stand. Let's go over there." And it was the stand user. I just think that's so amazing.
They did say a specific type of kebab stand. They didn't just say,
no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a doner kebab stand, right?
Yeah.
But the fact, okay, I love
I like that
too.
pun too.
So I was like, yes, food. I'm enjoying it, just looking at it.
The meat looked like it had a 3D element to it.
Yeah, and I love how they were like, yes, it is as delicious as it looks.
Yes. Break the fourth wall.
Anime food montages. But then, of course, they had it actually be the stand user. It's like that pun's just so... yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, this is a lot of fun. We're excited for part 2, and if you want to watch that episode right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get our early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us about stories, enemy stands, or what have you. And if that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.